Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to attempt to make this first video about things that I've found to increase the amount of money I make as a handyman. It's a very touchy subject because you have to go into social demographics. People with money, educated people, people with professional jobs, and the expectations that those customers have when dealing with the people they want to work on their house. I have found that I can differentiate myself from my competition by being I guess we'll call it a modern professional handyman, the exact opposite of a stereotypical handyman. Right there, pretty much in a nutshell, is it. That's how I'm able to make more money than I was as a superintendent and only I work about 9, maybe 10 months a year. No, definitely more 9 to 9.5 months a year. The rest of the time I take off. In fact, I took from, what was it, August 15th to the very end of September, completely off. Didn't work anything. I wasn't even in town half the time. I took 2 weeks off in October. I worked the entire month of November straight with no days off. Then a week off in December, a week off in January, and tomorrow I'm leaving town for another week. That's the big reason that I wanted to be self-employed, is to have more time and more money. Who the heck doesn't want that? We've had a boost in the comments, not just new videos but old videos, and I've been seeing some guys. How would they? And they make it clear they are not trolling. They're not trolling me. It could come off as they're trolling my viewers, because I've had a lot of people ask kind of basic questions about home improvements and business, pricing, scheduling, estimating. This guy, he went on a string of them, and he didn't swear or anything like that, but he was basically saying, I don't know, there's no way that these people who are commenting on your videos can watch YouTube and go out and have a successful career as a handyman. I think he's wrong. If you have the self-discipline and the willpower, you can do anything. And I have a few tips for you. I think some key topics. I want to start at the very beginning, because some of you don't have any skills yet, or you have one that you're fond of. So where to get skills, what type of tools to buy, how I acquired all my tools, and the big one is how to get jobs, and how to get more jobs, and how to get more higher paying jobs. I told you what my demographics are. They're young professionals. They relate to me. That's the first key to this success in this, is you have to be sociable, you have to be a likable person, you have to have a smile on your face. I've got a friend who was a superintendent with me, and we only worked together at one company, and then we went our separate ways, but we still talk. And this guy is just grouchy, and he falls into the category of the typical mindset and attitude that a lot of people in these skilled trades and in the handyman industry have. I mean, even the way he answers the phone, it's like, how does anyone just keep talking to you? They may just hang up on you after the way you talk to them on the phone. So the number one key, it's probably not what you want to hear. You have to be a likable, sociable, relatable person. You can have a great craftsman, a very good cabinet builder. Why am I saying builder? Builder. A great plumber, great electrician, masters of their trade. But they're broke. They work their way up in their business. They got their hours. They're a master electrician. They want to go out on their own, and they they can't rub two pennies together. They can't make enough money. They can't stay busy. Along with the customer service training that I got after college, on the job, I worked for a Fortune 250 home builder that heavily invested in their superintendents and getting them like high level customer service training. I took some of that, but I didn't have sales training, and that's where it's at. And there is no literature. There's nothing for this industry. It's just like industry specific, handyman, remodeling, how to start a construction business. All the money is in different industries, and the sales training is not in selling your handyman work. So I found a very common trends in sales techniques. There's gurus that they travel around the country. Major corporations bring them in to talk to their sales team to try to boost sales, because without sales you can't do business. You need to learn sales techniques. And a lot of people think salesmen, ooh, they're sleazy. Well, some probably are, but it's a necessary evil to do business. You have to sell your work. Audible, of course this isn't a sponsored Audible video, but I went on there and paid to download these audiobooks on sales. Then I was all over Google, because some of these videos are not hosted on YouTube. Of course, they could be hosted on YouTube now, and YouTube has come a long ways in the last 5 years. But there are the sales seminars that are provided for these corporations. I guess they videotaped them, and now they're on YouTube. And go watch 20 of those. You'll find these common trends, and then you have to be able to apply that to your customers. Probably should have started with how to get customers. Kind of put the cart before the horse. Sales. You can't sell anything if you don't have anybody to talk to. So how do you get your first customers? And that is word of mouth. You got to tell your friends. You got to tell your family, and you got to be kind of persistent. Go to Vistaprint. Get yourself 5,000 business cards. I know they sell a ridiculous amount of business cards for next to nothing. I still have a box that I had for years. Keep those in your pocket, and you have to give them out. You're out to dinner, you're at a birthday party, any event. You give them to your wife. She takes them to work. Anybody she hears talking about needing this fixed or that fixed, she gives them your card. You do the same thing with your friends and family. Give your business cards to everybody you know and say, okay, anytime you hear anybody talk about needing handyman repair work, give them this card. That's one way. Another way, which I didn't use, is all these lead generating websites. Nextdoor, Sidedoor, Angie's List. What's the other one? Home Advisor. Never got good feedback by people who use them to get work, and never really had much good feedback from people who used it to get work done. It is an option. I've never done it, so I don't know anything about it. I did use Craigslist, the Craigslist gigs section. Craigslist gigs section is where people are gonna say, hey, they're going to type, and it's going to be the night before. And I had this figured out, and this was a long time ago. The actual timing in which you respond to these ads, you do not do it in the middle of the day. These people who need work done are either typing it before they're going to bed, like 8, 9, 10 o'clock, or they're typing it first thing in the morning. So I would refresh before I would go to bed. I'd have a template that was all spell checked and proofread and made sense. I would just copy and paste that into my emails, and of course cater it towards their ad in the evening and first thing in the morning. And I mean first thing in the morning, I mean at 5 a.m. I'm checking, 6 a.m. I'm checking, 7 a.m. I'm checking, and in those response ads, in my response ad, I'm ready to go. I'm available today. It also helps to have a website. I would also put my website in the response ad. Okay, I think that's enough for now on finding jobs and the sales. Finding the people to work for and perfecting your social skills, I guess. You just have to be really relatable, and they gotta have a rapport with you. So hopefully, I can make something out of all this jibber jabber that I've been saying to this camera and edit something that makes sense.
Goodbye.